Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to Jeet blog. So in this video, I have invited one of the special guests from Ukraine. So in this video, we are going to talk regarding the current situation and the whole scenario of the war. So welcome to our blog, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Ma'am, please have your please have your introduction, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, really, to inviting me. It's a pleasure for me to talk here, and guys who are watching us. My name is Mariana. I am from Ukraine. I am a dentist. I live in Ukraine, and yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the thing is that in this video we are going to totally talk about the regarding the war. What is the scenario of the war? And the ma'am, first thing I wanted to ask, why does the Russia attack on the Ukraine? The reality we want to know. Not that's why I'm asking from you, because from media we have seen many things and we are now confused. Why does Russia attack on Ukraine? What is the reason behind that?
Oh, it's quite complication question, because
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
big politics deal. Like, it's not only I can say about Ukraine and Russia even. So many countries have a deal here in this war. I think it's not only about Ukraine and Russia, but first of all, the main reason why this war started, Mr. Putin, the president of Russia, had a crazy idea to create again the USSR. Probably you know, guys, and you,
Yes,
now
ma'am.
heard from the history that it was 15 countries inside USSR, and in 1991 Ukraine started to be an independent country. So Mr. Putin decided he can create again USSR, Soviet Union, and to change our life completely. Like he said, he decided to save Ukrainians from the fascists who live in Ukraine. Like Ukrainians are fascists, and he decided to survive, decided to protect his citizens who speak Russian language. That is crazy idea, I think.
Yeah. Ma'am, what Russia will get benefited from this if the war he had started? What benefit can get Russia?
I don't know. Russia will have some benefits from this because so many sanctions started when the war started in Ukraine, and it goes everything from many countries around all of the world who are against this war. And first of all, Russia wants our territory, because we have rich lands. So Russia wanted to create again, like I said, Soviet Union, but Putin doesn't want all Ukraine. Guys, he said he wants just half of Ukraine, because half of Ukrainians speak mostly Ukrainian language, and half of Ukraine speak mostly Russian language. And it was historical, and it was going from the past. It was from the Soviet Union, and we border, most part of Ukraine border with Russian territory, and this has some influence of Ukrainian people. So he wants our land. He wants our land. Of course, I can say he wants to be most powerful leader in the world. He wants not only Ukraine, he wants even in Europe, to have these all lands. So territory, our rich land,
Ma'am,
our rich lands.
yes, ma'am. Yes. Ma'am, what is the current scenario in Ukraine now? Just because we left the Ukraine and we didn't know now that nothing we are able to know about the Ukraine, what is going inside the Ukraine, the on the ground report.
Very,
What is the
very
current scenario?
difficult situation nowadays we have in Ukraine because some cities, big cities, what is border with Russia, and these cities like Kharkov and Mariupol, they are completely destroyed. These cities doesn't exist at all. There is no people in these cities, but still people are hiding, who still now in these cities they are hiding in shelters. And Russian soldiers occupied. Even I lived in Zaporizhia region. My town is called Pologi. This is fully occupied by Russian troops. So when I started to
Yes, ma'am.
facing bombing and my clinic was destroyed and my neighbor's house was destroyed, burned up and was in a fire, and the little girl was injured. So when it started to getting worse and worse, so it was impossible to stay and to live in this place. Guys, so I can say a very difficult situation, and it's bombing everywhere, not only
Yeah.
in the east or in
Ma'am,
the south
sorry
part of
to
Ukraine.
sorry to stop you, ma'am. I was asking that is Russian troops attacking on or harassing on Ukrainian citizen?
Yes, sure, that I told you. It's even
Yeah.
occupied some of territory of
Yeah.
Ukraine. Are already occupied by Russian troops, and in my town it's completely occupied.
Yeah. Ma'am, I was asking that in Chernobyl the nuclear attack had been happened or something from there the radioactive gas is being leaked. What is the
Yes, in
scenario of
different
Chernobyl?
cities we are facing, people are facing bombing, shelling, shooting. In Lviv we had last night.
Mm.
Uh, Chernigiv, Sumy, it's next to the Kiev, and the places what surrounded the Kiev. They want Kiev, they want our capital, they want to change the government in Ukraine, and Putin think if he change the government, our people, Ukrainian people, will say him, thank you so much, you helped us a lot, and thank you so much for you survived us from the fascists in Ukraine. So yeah, very difficult situation, guys. Everywhere, even here where I am situated, we are listening and hearing the sirens several times during day, and people are dying without food and without water in some cities in Ukraine, what is completely destroyed. So I can say it's very difficult situation.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
is there food available in supermarket or in local market? Is there food available or the food is getting finished day by day? Is there
In cities, what is completely destroyed, and in my town, it's next to Mariupol. It's 150 kilometers, and it's occupied by the Russian troops. In my town, now any of markets, any of buildings, they doesn't work. We didn't have electricity, water connection. We didn't have gas, so it was very complicated and very difficult to stay. It was 15 days when I was in this place and was facing this disaster, I can say.
You are getting problem for the having the food, water, electricity, and
Yes.
gas. Everything you all are facing the
Yes,
problem.
it was, but thank God now, people who lives now in my town, they have everything. It's everything back, but no any of shop, no one shop is working, and
Yeah,
people doesn't have money, people doesn't have
yeah, yeah,
medicine, because nothing is working,
yeah.
and it's very difficult to
Mm.
find anywhere and somewhere the food, because nothing
Yeah.
working. Yes.
Ma'am, where do you see the USA in this war, ma'am? Where does the USA supporting Ukraine or he's not supporting? Where do you see in this whole war system where is the USA standing?
Yes, USA are helping a lot. First of all, helped with their money. Of course, they are sending all the time million of dollars to Ukraine. They send to us javelins, it's anti tanks weapons and Stinger. So and even American soldiers now is facing here war. They decided to help Ukrainians to fight with this enemy, with this devil, I can say.
Ma'am, but American troops still now they didn't came to the Ukraine to save the Ukraine.
Can you
The media is showing
can
this.
you repeat, please?
Yeah, ma'am. The till now the American troops didn't came to Ukraine
No,
to
American
fight
troops.
in the
No,
favor.
American troops will not come to Ukraine. First of all, any of countries afraid of Putin. Any of countries afraid of the third war, because when just was started and Putin had an interview on his media, it was to the whole people around all the world, and he said, if someone will bother me to fight with Ukraine, you will see the consequences you never had before in the world. So
Yeah.
of course, any of country, of course USA, they also afraid, and they just helped us to fight, and they are supporting us, and they are motivate us a lot to fight with Russians.
Ma'am, the why the NATO is not supporting Ukraine?
Oh,
The not no. Sorry, where is the NATO? Why the
NATO,
NATO is not coming in
NATO.
this? Yeah, yeah.
You know, Russians, they are afraid so much about NATO that we had this direction. We wanted to enter to the NATO, we wanted to enter to the European Union. And Putin started to afraid we can live a better life, we can live like Europeans, we can be democratic. We were already democratic and independent country, but he wanted us to be under the pressure and to be under the dictation. Like Putin is a big dictator for Russians, and he's biggest dictator in the world. He's like a Hitler, I can say. So they were afraid, and it was a question. They didn't want us to enter to the NATO. But I don't think that NATO wanted to see us in this union, you know. We wanted to be in NATO because NATO is a friendly union. Usually people afraid of this word even, and Russians are embarrassed of this word. And Russian media all the time saying and lying to their citizens that NATO is a big problem to the world, and NATO will start the war against Russia. So it was the reason why Russian people started to believe Putin, you know. because he said we need to be first. We don't want anyone to enter to the Russia and start a war and fight with Russia. So we are the best nation in the world, like Russia says about themselves. But I don't think NATO is something what can be very dangerous to the world, to the Russia. NATO is a friendly union, and of course we wanted to be in NATO because we didn't have support. We didn't have nuclear weapons, so we were a very weak country, you know. So
Yes,
Russia decided, like, with the crazy idea to create a Soviet Union and to protect us from NATO, protect us. But it's
yeah,
stupid because NATO didn't start any war. NATO is a friendly
yeah,
union. Many countries
yeah.
want to
Ma'am,
be in
is
NATO, but not want to be with
yeah,
Russia because Russia started many
yeah,
different wars in this world,
yeah.
even in these uh, millennials.
Ma'am, where is the European is European Union are supporting you all or not?
They are supporting us a lot, a lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did and made many sanctions against the Putin and his requirement. This sanction already started to work for against his oligarchs. So many countries, and first of all, we are border with Europe. We are border with European Union. We are next to the Europe. We are also like European country. We are situated in the east part of Europe, but we are not yet still. We are not yet. We are not still a European Union. So of course they are afraid because Putin started to say that I can also enter to the Poland. You know, I can also enter to Baltic countries. So they are next to the Russia Baltic countries. So of course they are, support us very much. A lot, I can say, European Union and especially Great Britain. They have sent us money. It was again with sanctions. They have sent us their missiles. They have sent us the tanks. So yeah, they are supporting us a lot.
okay. Ma'am, in Chernobyl, we heard about the nuclear attack or something.
Yeah,
There
it
has
can
been
happen.
very
It
big.
can happen because it's very easy to push the button for him, you know, here in Ukraine and destroy everything, and Ukraine will disappear in this world, you know. But I hope he will not do this because this can
Yeah,
affect many different countries in Europe, and of course it can
yeah,
affect Russia, it can
yeah,
affect Belarus, but who knows,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
When we will look at the actions and attacks and about how he is bombing our civilians and innocent people, and when we will look at complete genocide against Ukraine and against Ukrainian and against humanity, so we can see in different ways. Even in this way, we can think. You know, who knows? Hopefully, it will
yeah.
never happen.
So thank you, ma'am, coming on my channel and giving the lots of information regarding this
Thank you so
war.
much.
And Slava Ukraine. We support
Slava
Ukraine.
Ukraine,
The
glory
Indians
to
totally support you.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
guys, glory to
Glory
Ukrainian
to
army
Ukraine.
first. We
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
in our president, we
Yeah.
believe in our leader.
Yeah.
He's the biggest leader in the world nowadays, and he's the biggest leader
Yeah.
for us, first of all. And glory to Ukrainian army first, because only the big hope for our army. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We Indians also supporting Ukraine, ma'am,
Thank you so
totally.
much.
To our
Thank you
teachers,
so much.
yeah,
Thank you. We are really
yeah,
appreciate it.
whole
God will
Ukraine.
never
Yeah,
forget.
thank you,
God will
ma'am.
never
Welcome.
forget, and we will never
Yeah,
forget what good
yeah,
people did for and will do and are doing still now for Ukrainians people. Thank you so
yes,
much,
ma'am.
guys.
Okay, welcome, ma'am.